What is this thing I found in my grandfather's basement? It seems to have patent info on it, but has rubbed off some. It's about 6 inches tall, and the bottom glass part does unscrew and come off. I have really no clue as to what it could be. It looks like some sort of wacky smoking pipe, but I tried blowing through the top, and the air goes through a tiny hole in the side and not through the glass, or through what would be the bowl. Any ideas? It's an asthma-specific inhaler. Dr. Nathan S. Tucker introduced his inhaler in 1888. He reported that he provided perfect relief and a cure for asthma through his nasal inhaler. The product included the atomizer and 4 ounces of solution that contained about 1,800 milligrams of cocaine. It was to be inhaled through the nose to reduce swelling in an attempt to mitigate the effects of asthma and hay fever. When the rubber bulb is squeezed, it would force the solution to mix with air and become a fine mist sprayed up into the patient's sinuses. His product quickly took off, and by some estimates, he sold $1 million worth of products a year. What is this cast iron and brass stand with hollow brass spheres that contain lead balls? Photos and descriptions of this contraption have been passed around via email for a while, but no one knows what it is. It is very well made. The base is cast brass with a black wrinkle finish. The brass balls are fixed to their rods, but the rods are free to go up and down. Inside the balls are small lead beads, which I assume are used to trim the weight of the brass ball. The diameter of the big ball is 1.8 inches, and the small ball is 1.1 inches. Any ideas? It's an antique Gilmore needle apparatus used to determine the setting time of cement. After adding water and mixing the cement, mold the paste into a truncated cone according to the specified dimensions. After 30 minutes, the sample is ready for testing. The point should touch the surface before releasing. Repeat the test every 15 minutes until the point no longer reaches the surface of the sample. Then take and record the initial and final time. I picked this up at an auction for $13. It's a hand-painted ceramic stand of some kind, shaped like a donut with evenly spaced out holes across its top. The entire thing's circumference is about the same size as my outstretched hand. I was thinking maybe an incense holder, but then why is it shaped like a donut? Why is it raised off the ground? And why would anyone let incense ash fall into both the outside and the inside of the donut hole? Any idea what it could be for? It's a mid-century Portuguese hand-painted ceramic flower frog. It has small holes all over the ceramic ring for flower arrangement. You submerge it to get water inside, then you stick single floral stems into the hole. What is this furnace or silo-like structure on the side of a railway in southern France? Recurrent across stations, and located approximately 15 meters from the railway itself. No entrance and all windows are blocked with bricks or barred steel bars. The top part is steel, and the lower part is limestone bricks. There's a steel gutter which goes all the way to the top, but is not connected to any other pipe. I thought about it being either a water reservoir or a coal silo, but I'm not sure. It does not appear to serve any current day use, and the others I've seen were overgrown by plants. Any ideas? It's a water stop or a water station, a place where steam trains stop to replenish water. During the very early days of steam locomotives, water stops were necessary every 7 to 10 miles, or 11 to 16 kilometers, and consumed much travel time. With the introduction of tenders, a special car containing water and fuel, trains could run 100 to 150 miles, or 160 to 240 kilometers, without a refill. The water was initially pumped to the water tanks by windmills, water mills, or by hand pumps, often by the train crew themselves. Later, small steam and gasoline engines were used. When a train stopped for water and was positioned by a water tower, a member of the engine crew, usually the fireman, swung out the spigot arm over the water tender and jerked the chain to begin watering. This gave rise to a 19th century slang term, jerkwater town, for towns too insignificant to have a regular train station. What are these big, rusty metal and wood contraptions near an old pier in Lisbon, Portugal. There were a couple of these things leaning on the wall, maybe around 2 meters in height or a bit smaller. I cannot remember exactly. Around 500 kilograms, and seems nautical related, but I have no idea how. Any ideas? They are trawl doors, sometimes called otter boards. They are towed through the water behind the boat. There is one on either side of a fishing net, oriented at such an angle to hold the mouth of the net open. What is this set of 8 1-inch metal items shaped like hats? I found these in a dumpster behind a thrift store. The original box base with no lid indicates made in France, with slots exactly the right size for each, and also seems to have a light magnet to hold them in place in the box. I searched the net on these for an hour or two and came up empty. The bottom of each hat has a round area slightly depressed, containing a hard gum-like substance similar to an eraser. I am really stumped, and hope these turn out to be something cool because they really are odd. Please help. They are French place card holders from the 60s. I have a number of these sets in different styles and designs. The little empty square used to hold the cards. There is still a market for them. Places that cater for weddings and banqueting often buy up the cheaper ones as they tend to get pilfered by guests. I found this King of Clubs piece made of metal with a spoon-shaped base with club-shaped holes in a box mixed with vintage kids' dishes. It does not have any maker's mark or metal stamp, and I have tried looking up King of Clubs strainer and things adjacent but just couldn't find anything even close to this guy. Any ideas? It's an antique sterling silver bonbon spoon in the shape of a club-playing card suit with the King of Clubs as its handle. Made by R. Blackington & Company in North Attleboro, Massachusetts. Bonbons were all the craze during the late 1880s when chocolate manufacturing took off and bonbon spoons became popular for serving bonbons. What is this red ceramic vessel with holes, a hollow stem, and a removable lid? This was at my local thrift store. It does not feel aged at all, so it may still be in production. The letters TS are embossed on the side. Whatever it is, they've put a high price on it. I've searched for enclosed incense holder and the like with no success, and image searches have also been unsuccessful. Any ideas? It's called a turkey stone. You fill it with herbs, any liquids and seasonings, then place it inside the cavity of the bird. I have one, but never used it. Aside from seasoning, I think it's supposed to work by the ceramic transfer of heat inside the bird better than just air movement, so helping it heat from inside out too. I found this object in my mom's junk drawer after she passed away. It is about 2 inches long, about 1 inch wide, and made of aluminum. It has a 6-sided metal with an adjustable plate held in by a screw. It has a slot on it for something to slide through it. It also has a countersink hole, so maybe you could attach it to something. I couldn't find anything on the image search. Any ideas? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.